Hello, everybody. Hello again. I see y'all keep coming back for more. We have more addicts with us today.
Welcome.
More energy. Welcome, everybody. Glad you guys are here. I'm going to slow down because I know I've been going all day from training to training. So I'm glad that you are with us this evening. My name is Tiala Kid, for those of you who do not know me. And my sister Shall let her introduce herself shortly here. But just a little bit about about me. We've been doing this crypto thing for probably a little over a year. I should say the NFT thing for a little over a year. And I will tell you, it is one of the best decisions that we have ever made. Most of, as you guys could see on our video, our intro video, we definitely own those pieces. So we're not like faking to be like, oh, let's put somebody else's piece up there. We actually own those pieces that you did see in the intro video. And so it's not one of those things as far as, hey, look at us, but it's an idea as far as where you can go within the NFT space. And we're going to share a lot with you all this evening, just so you guys can understand how the NFTs are changing, how the NFTs can definitely increase your portfolio if that's something you're looking to do. But again, that is me. I'm based out of California here. I love the crypto space. I love the NFT space. That is my addiction, if you want to say there if such a thing. But you can literally go in and start looking at NFTs and be looking at them for like hours at a time, or you be like, hey, I got that one, and this one's actually doing very well. And many times you'll find as you start doing these NFT things. That you'll simply be able to just hold them for a little while. But again, that's me. I'm happily married to my husband George. I have two beautiful young children, and they're not young, but they still my children. So I have two beautiful kids. So that's Majesty and Miles. And so, since I'll let you go ahead.
Oh, yeah. As you know, I'm Jessica Richardson. As my sister said, we've been investing in NFTs now for about over a year. Before NFTs, I was into real estate in California, and also now currently in Las Vegas. I have my whole family involved in NFTs. My daughter, she's been doing 3D art and doing some selling on Rarible and OpenSea. And so the family is invested in it. They're learning crypto side, just the game assets and things like that side of it. And as she did, we own all those pieces. Board Ape, we have the area, metaverse, we have sandbox, property, virtual land. And so we're kind of in every NFT space. Of course, so much more is getting developed as we're part of it right now. Since we're on the ground floor of it, but we've been taking the time this last I'm sorry, Sam, too much. Been taking the time this last year ourselves with the NFT space, being part of the market, making sure you're in the how they're basically looking at the market and knowing how important it is to have a community, invest in NFTs that have utilities, and so that is that shell. Having a very great time learning all this in this market, in this space. And so we hope that we can pass on some of that knowledge and information to you so it can create some wealth for you.
Okay, and just like we always say, we are like really blood sisters. We're like really, really sisters. So, so we have our other sisters too who are involved in and a couple of our brothers who we've actually pulled all along. Like, hey, come over here and look what we're doing. Actually, I think I shared with you guys how we really got them was like we started telling them to buy the NBA Top Shot cards and they didn't buy them. and we started opening packs on family Zoom calls, and we're like, okay, that one was worth that much, that one was worth that much, and they were like, well, why you didn't tell me? Like, we did tell you, but that's a
Yeah,
whole nother story. But they all in now, no.
that's right.
And so, you know things are going pretty good when you can get your brothers and sisters to be like, come and look at the same thing you're doing. You be like, okay, they might be really doing some things over here. But again, it's one of those things. I think my sister was saying, it's important just to understand, when you're in the NFT space, it takes some time. It's not like we're sitting here saying, hey, it's instantly gonna do, you're just gonna instantly be profitable. I mean, we have things in our wallets too, and I think we're very transparent about that. Some of them gonna be zeros. They just gonna be in our wallet, just like, okay, we that's what we don't do the next time. But the other ones that that you still have in your wallet, you'll be like, okay, that one paid for that one, and some more. And
That's
so
right.
you're going to have some wins and losses. So just understand that if you're thinking you're going to, again, like if you're thinking you're going to come into this NFT space and simply just make money all day long, it doesn't happen that way. It takes a commitment, and it takes some time, to put it in the time of trying to learn of who to follow, who not to follow, who to listen to, who not to listen to. Those all things you'll definitely start grasping that as you're continuing to move on. And so let me start sharing my screen. So if you see me look at this side, I'm just trying to get screens going.
And just
Um,
for who's watching, if you guys even can put a one in the chat. Have you guys bought any NFTs, or have you guys recently finally invested from the time that you have spent with watching us over the last couple of weeks?
yeah, because I know some of y'all
Leave
on
one in the
Facebook,
chat where you're at.
some of y'all on YouTube, some of y'all might be on Twitch, but we can kind of see some of the comments. So if you guys do, just another thing, like that, you guys, if you want to put some things in the comments, we do get those in. Sometimes we can't get to all of them. So again, like if you have questions or anything, this is not just for us to be here to sit here and talk to you. We'd like to answer some of your questions too, that you may have. Actually, I see some people that actually said, "Yep, okay, congrats." I know I was on a call just about an hour ago, and someone was like, well, I got my first Vivi stuff. And I was like, yes, let's go. So I'm glad some of you guys are actually taking the steps. That's really good.
That's,
Really, really good.
that's
So I got a
great.
few people.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And so, like tonight, we're going to start. Some of you, we're going to take a brief moment to explain some of the blog that did come out for the NBA Top Shot. They are going to be offering for you to trade in your moments. Some of us, I'm not sure what series you did get in, but we do have Series 1 and Series 2 moments. And so you don't want to just trade in your moments if you don't know the value yet. And we are going to
mhm.
probably go over some more intensive information about NBA Top Shot at another time. But just if you're paying attention to your series that you have, Series 1 and 2 will be the most valuable. And so what they're going to be offering with the ticket system is that you'll be able to trade in moments that you don't want, or maybe moments that you want to take another risk of getting some more valuable packs on. So what's going to happen is they're going to have about the packs are going to cost about 300 to 500 tickets. Those tickets will allow you to get Series 1 NBA moments. And a lot of us know with Series 1 NBA moments, those are the moments that are selling for tens to thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars currently. And so they're going to offer you a chance to turn your moments in and do that. They're going to wait till the Series 3 moments come out that will be coming out, because that's going to be the moments that will have the most quantity in them. They may, instead of, you can say maybe counts of like 50,000, some of those may go as high as 100,000. We just don't know. And that's why they're doing that, because of course they have a game behind this, and they want to be able to allow other people to come into the market and invest into the NBA Top Shots and collect moments that they're interested with the players that they like. And so don't just go to trading in any moment, please. Some of your
Yes.
Series 1 or Series 2 moments will be more valuable than taking a risk on just getting a ticket. Each ticket
Hmm.
will be reflected to, if you have traded a common or if you trade in a legendary, you will receive that same type ticket, and it will equal one ticket. And so it's going to cost 300 to 500 tickets, and they're doing that because they do expect the season 3 tickets, NBA Top Shot moments, to be a lot lesser and maybe in value because of how many more moments will be coming out in them. And so they feel that you should be able to, go afford to pay for those moments. And if it costs you, maybe if the moments come down to $1, if it costs you $300 to $500 to be able to pull for a card that is, no matter what, generally have gotten is no less to 1,000 to tens of thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
then it's a risk for some people. And you would just have to weigh that out on your collection. We don't all know our own collection, everybody's collection. So there are sites that we did do previous videos on in YouTube that you can go and to and check your own moments value so you can see what you do have. But I just wanted to make sure we brought this up because some of you did just get involved, and I don't want you just
Yeah.
going in there trading any moment that you have because you don't understand how the system is working for the NBA Top Shot.
Yeah, good point. Because, like you said, I think it is valuable as far as trying to get those Series One cards, but or Series Two. No, those are valuable cards. That's how we got our other sisters and brothers involved by opening up those packs of cards for them and
That's
showing them
right.
what they missed out. But you know what was crazy? My mama, we even got our mom involved with buying some of the cards. So I don't want to hear anybody talking about, oh, I'm too old or I can't buy no
I'm
cards.
telling you.
My mom used to be blowing us up like, look, when is the next drop? And we literally have our phone trying to get into the drop, and she'd be calling us, I can't get in on the drop. I'm like, Mama,
Yeah.
but we trying to get the drop too.
Yeah. Come on. And then don't let it be one you got to get on with crypto. I need a
Yes.
wallet. I need somebody to give me a wallet.
I know my mom probably listen to us talk right now, but mom, we still love you. But yeah, she do be on it. So, mom, how come I can't get the crypto stuff y'all calling out? We're like, okay, listen, mom, we're working on the crypto stuff for you next. That's like the next thing. But she did get her some NBA cards. She do have her LeBron James card, so a couple of LeBron. So she's excited because she did listen to us and buy some of those packs when those first dropped out. But those are again now she be calling like, I can't. Why don't I qualify? We're like, okay, well you don't qualify for all of the stuff no more. They expect you. You're seasoned now. So, but that's just the first thing there. So, okay, so I think this we kind of covered this part as far as the different points and so forth, Jessica, on
That's
here for
right.
the
That's
top
right.
shot.
Well, the collector score, that is a little bit different. So with the collector score, as you can tell, if you're signing to your NBA Top Shot, you have a certain collector score in the corner. That does entitle you to special drops, and so there may be a drop that you would have to have a minimum of 100 points or a minimum of 2,500 points collector score to be entitled to that drop. So the collector score is really important, and like even for season two, you get 12 points per card that you do buy. So there is a system that's built into it. So that's why I say buying the moments and collecting them because you're interested in the player is one thing, and then also knowing from an investment point of how that system actually works and breaks down is another. And so I just did want to touch on that. The collector stores scores with you to different drops that may have rare items or rare players and rare card counts. And so just pay attention to that. Your collector score will go up depending on the cards that you are purchasing, depending on, as you see here, it says Series 2 if you bought and so forth. And it will go to each series. Season 2 and 1 are probably the most valuable. Well, not probably are. Season 3 series will only start getting you a collector's point um, of 3 or 2. So just we'll go over some of that more, but just the collector's point is also important to pay attention to for future drops.
I do see some people talking about Akira. We're gonna talk about that tonight. We're gonna talk
Oh
about
yes,
that tonight. So just
oh
so y'all
yes,
know, yeah, we're gonna talk about those people over there because
they're
they
awesome.
doing some big things over there at Akira. I'm like, yeah,
They're
that's
awesome.
for the new people that they what they typing in the chat is money. So we're gonna talk about that. I know
Real money.
it's the money over there, but it's
Great
different. So
community.
we're gonna talk about that great community. So so again, like Jessica said, like and your collector score, obviously my collector score is going to be up there because, like I said, we did get in. I think I'm at a top 0.1 percentile of the top collectors in NBA Top Shot from because, like I said, we started when these first dropped out. Drop. My sister Jessica, I told you again, she was like, sis, the cards need to be bought. Drop, buy the cards. I was like, if I tell my husband again, I'm buying these invisible cards, but he's a happy man now.
Yes, he's a believer.
He's a believer.
That's
but,
right.
but I know earlier, Jessica, you showed me this too. Even as far as NBA Top Shots, they are definitely still doing some things on their site, and we will at some, that probably within the next week or so, we'll be trying to do a some bonus class for you all, especially if you're new and you have no idea and you're like, hey, I just don't understand how to get signed up. I don't understand how to do some of these things. We'll definitely be trying to do a couple of a class for you all for this NBA Top Shot. So just as a bonus for you all. But this is the new feature that they have, and they're going to continue to add new features over here on Top Shot. So now everything they're showing that things that are hot, and you can literally go through here if you really wanted to use this particular thing as far as trying to find different cards that may be moving. If I'm not your CPA. So let's be real clear. We have said that every call. We are not your CPA. We're not telling you to come over here and just start flipping things, because when you're flipping, that do mean you're making money. We are more of a long-term holder, like a long-term holder, because we know a lot of these things are very new. So, but again, if you are someone who's looking at to try to flip, this might be an area of their particular site on their marketplace that you want to look at, because if you can come in here, you can find some things that are hot, and you can find something that's underpriced. That's on the average of the last 14 days. You might be able to pick up a couple items and do some quick flips on them. So don't underestimate the power of using this, what they've given you on this particular site. Okay. Okay, so I'm glad to see that some of you guys are really actually taking action. Again, it's good to see that some of you guys have put into the chat, that you actually have gone on and bought Top Shot. You actually have, gone on. I know there's really like no reason of why you shouldn't be over here. If you're new to NBA Top Shot, make sure you've gone on and get your starter pack. I promise you, you might want to get this pack because it might be the only pack you're gonna get for a couple months. Just because they sell out like instantly. It's like, if you can't get in line to get a pack, at least come get your starters pack. It's gonna cost you $9. Prayerfully, you might get a good card out of there, but if you don't, you got a $9 pack. That at least you should be able to get your money that you put out back on those particular packs of cards. So get signed up over here for that. Okay, so that's that. Okay, moving on. Okay, Jessica, you want to take it from this one?
Oh yes, Gary V does phenomenal things in the NFT space. Outside of it, a lot of things as well. But we're trying to show you as well what people are doing with NFTs. He does have one that's called V Friends, and so it also does have utilities behind it. But specifically to this one, he did offer that if you order 12 books from Barnes and Noble or Amazon, that you will be able to get an NFT. And so for a lot of us, that was about $350. That all day on taking a risk on an NFT, just
Yep.
just because
Yep.
you see the roadmap and you're going to try to make a bet on it, take a risk on it. It may look good, you may know the community or not. So this one was very special that Gary Vee did. I think it was also to prove a point. A lot of these businesses, like even books, stores, are going out of business. But he did a deal where if you order at a certain time frame, submitted your receipt, that you're going to be getting an NFT, a special one of his NFTs by September or November. And so,
Yep.
as a lot of people that know B Friends or things like that, those are going for thousands of dollars, 20, 30, 40. I'm not even sure the floor. I
I
might even
think
be
the
tuning
ETH
right now.
price was like seven. The last time I looked at it was like 17 ETH, and ETH is $3,500 a pop. So
So,
$350 investment. Like when we first started looking at this, we were like, okay, should we spend $350 on buying 12 books? Because when you start thinking about it, you got to figure out, if you're buying a regular NFT, like I said, if I'm talking about using Ethereum and so forth, or whatever you're going to be using, you got a gas fee that you got to pay, and it depends on who's dropping the NFT. If it's going to be a sellout, you might have to pay $300, $500, or even $1,000 just in gas fees. And so when this came out, he was like, order 12 books and you're going to get an NFT, a special NFT. I was like, it's a no brainer. It
it's
is
a no brainer.
it's a no
12
brainer.
times what? 12 times
How
what?
many can we order?
So that's right. So yeah, so definitely pay attention to how people are impacting it. Using NFTs in different case uses to even bring money back to businesses and keep them in. So yeah, Gary Vee. If you look him up, he does a lot of different major moves in the industry. Between Gary Vee and who we talked tonight with Dapper Labs and Broham, they are doing major moves into the NFT space. I did see someone touched on Dapper Labs and the Google move. That was major as well. But going back to that, so that was recent. So when you see companies making moves like that and getting involved with Google's infrastructure for whatever reason to be able to scale, it's really awesome. So pay attention to things like that. And this is another one we wanted you to see with Gary Vee. There's people doing movies to get bypassed, having to go through Hollywood and stuff like that. So just as we do show you different case uses for the NFTs, you'll see that it's not just the game, it's not just the art, it's not just land. It's so many things that NFTs are gonna be in any industry basically.
Yeah. And when we start talking about the land, we're going to show y'all some things, even with the land, of how to use your land to make money too. It's crazy how things can evolve really fast. Like I said, I'm a real estate broker by day, but I'll tell you, I buy more virtual real estate than I buy regular land right now. I'm like, okay, the rentals,
She's
okay,
a developer in the
just
real
yeah,
estate.
developer. I'm like, how am I going to develop over here in Sandbox? But I'm going to develop some stuff in Sandbox because
That's
we're
right.
sitting pretty over there in Sandbox. So
That's
again,
right.
like I said, it's giving people power back. As far as I know, you were talking about with the movies and stuff. But Gary V, I'm telling you, it's powerful
Mhm.
in regards, especially to the NFT space. I mean, you literally look at some of the things and just some of the, like I said, I think he's proven a point to so many people of like, okay, what you gonna say? And then he'll buy NFTs like his NFT. I mean, literally, you could have bought that for I think it was it 1 ETH at the time for the ones if they were even that high with the first ones. And he kept proving the point, like if you don't buy it, you're gonna regret it. If you don't buy it, you're gonna regret it. I was like, okay, I missed the first one, but I'm not gonna miss this stock on second one. But because again, like by using 1 ETH, and after we show you some things tonight of what of buying using 1 ETH compared to turn that into 17 ETH or 20 ETH or 50 ETH, it's stupid crazy. So
That's right.
okay, so I know we got it on Gary, but that's a good one. Okay, let's see, close this one out. Okay, wanted to cover this thing too because this was something that came out the other day. We were talking about this thing on this article came out about OpenSea. Hey, listen, we covered it already on one of the groups, but it's one of those things as far as there was a gentleman from what it was saying on Twitter, as far as who worked for OpenSea, who was able to get in when they was notified as far as like, hey, these things are going to be dropping. It's kind of like insider trading, really, if you want to call it what it really is. They were actually literally going in there buying all these items before they would buying them right when they were getting ready to hit, and so he was instantly making a killing on being able to do that, simply because it's just when you know that the good stuff is getting ready to drop, and you know that you work for the company that's gonna be selling all these things. So again, not to show you all this stuff to say okay everything's rosy in crypto. There are definitely also going to be some things as far as some people who are trying to take advantage of situations. And I mean I'm if everything is true as the article was talking about, then they're going to take care of that particular individual. But don't that's still not going to deter me from going to buy NFTs.
I now open seat.
I'm gonna be on
I'm
OpenSea.
all on open seat.
We was on OpenSea earlier. We're like, okay, yeah, don't bother me one bit. So, but again, that's good stuff. So, just want to share that with you again, so that just letting you know that there's not always good sides, but there's some bad sides. But that's why he said you do your own research, try to protect yourself. And again, he's not going to stop me from going to OpenSea to buy. I'm going to OpenSea. I'll be back if I find a drop tonight. I'm going back to OpenSea to buy my stuff because they have the value, the volume there, and that's where you can end up making a lot of good money and pick up some great things.
Yeah, because he didn't hurt you. He just, he got
Yes,
himself some money.
he got himself he got himself a lot of money. If you
That's
ask me,
right.
because I know he ended up getting a lot of money. All right, I know everybody was talking about some of these things that the Akira people. So Jessica, this is what you go ahead. You start on this one, sis.
Artifact, yes, RTFKT. Yeah, so they are amazing. So they're doing so many moves into the crypto space or the NFT space. All these artists that you do see here are part of this current space strip. Ferocious did have a drip that's not included in this. It did come out before these strips specifically. But as you can see, each strip has an artist that is coincided behind it. So you will be able to have access to this artist future drops. It's about a 10-year, if they haven't changed it to a lifetime, but it's 10 years that you will have access. You're able to go onto their net, which is the Akira project, and mint avatars, which with the metaverse and how they're doing it, it's amazing. Their graphics are on point. They're using some of the most up to date technology, and so if you're paying attention to platforms or to companies that you know will have long term future value, they are not going anywhere. They are here to stay. Concrete. If they have a foundation, then they have a wonderful community. And for us that are in the crypto or NFT space, we know community is absolutely everything.
Yep.
Having a following, having those invest in you and believe in you, and that keeps the price, of course, going up. If you don't have people investing or believing in your project, they're going to sell that item. And so, as we'll see with a lot of this, with RFTK, they have a lot of different brands and stuff they may be getting involved. They've already done some things with, who is it, Vogue, or they've had some articles ran with Vogue.
Mhm.
They're doing a lot of things. If we had some articles showing maybe some of the Nike shoes do when they first got started, you're kind of getting an idea what they can do. But also going back to the drips, those drips also allow you to get the shoe to the artist that you specifically have. So not only are you going to have that collectible as an NFT that's going to give you that utility to go into the site and get that artist's future work, but you're also going to be able to get the shoes. And for first edition, anything in crypto, it's money, especially when
Yeah.
it's a platform that's going to be around. And so we did start off. These were like 700. We got them in the drop, so they made like $700 to $1,200. The value
Yeah.
of them now, current day, is I think
We're gonna
she'll
show
show
you
you
now.
as well as a whole nother game.
Yeah, because these came out. So again, these came out like March 29th or something. This was a time frame when these were dropping. They were half a ETH. I even put a chart up. So let me just show y'all. Yeah, for Ethereum. Ethereum today is $3,500. But back in March, if we go back, or let's just see if it'll show me. Back in March, Ethereum was same. This is February. Uh, why did that? Okay, back here in March, Ethereum was what 15 $1,800. That's
1,800.
about my the price. If I on the nights about $1,800 is where the Ethereum price was at that time. So again, it's crazy. Again, these so that half a ETH cost you what $900, about $900. Let's say $900 to $1,000 is what these end up costing you. But just I know we want to talk about this too, because this came back out when we were first. This is why we kind of got involved with the project because we start seeing stuff like this.
Oh yes, and when you start seeing like the futuristic happening now, people using technology, using Snapchat filters, using metaverse, because like a lot of people don't realize it's now the 5G and the technology allowing a lot of this to happen. So
Hmm.
the people that's been building in this space, they've been getting ready and been getting right, and now they can finally show it to you. And so seeing the advancements and stuff like this is one of the reasons, like you say, you kept an eye on it. You was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just keep watching them and see what they doing, and only over time it got more and more bigger, more and more bigger, and so this is one of the reasons that we did continue to like keep an eye on and back on things, and just take the time. Twitter is very beneficial for you in the crypto NFT space. You will be able to go on there, backtrack what a project is doing, see how far it's grown, and just pay attention to how they're moving in the industry and what they're doing and who they're moving with.
I mean, and like you said, I think when we started looking at this craziness, and I was like, "Oh Lord, y'all know I'm a Nike fanatic." I'm like, "Oh Lord, how much some shoes gonna cost me?"
Oh man, can I
But,
get them?
but
How do
see,
I
but then I
order
started
them?
thinking, I was trying to justify it because I was like, "Okay, well, listen, I
Metaverse.
know if they cost me some extra money, at least I can get them to match my clothes, and so I wouldn't have to buy multiple pairs." That was gonna be my justification of how I was gonna be able to get them.
Yeah.
But
Is that for the
I'm
metaverse?
the metaverse. But I just thought that was a
Oh
really cool,
man.
as far as those. I'm like, if I could get those in real life, that would be like different. But I know they're gonna cost some money, but that might have to be a sacrifice right there at that point. But that again,
Mhm.
so the reason why we're saying some of the things that we're saying is that sometimes again we were very early in seeing this particular project, and then we started looking. So we're trying to share with you things of why we what triggered us to even want to get involved with it, with this particular project at the very beginning. And it was stuff like this. You start seeing things like this, you're like, well, wow, they're innovators. They're looking to do stuff in the future. They're already looking at these particular things. With these ever come to life, who knows? I don't even care. But at the same time, when I started looking at those, especially with some of the other projects that were out there, I was like, okay, these people are really doing some things over here. And so this was that was one article there. And again, I think even just we talked about these too. With Paris Hilton, these were crazy. I know they had a couple
Yeah.
special promotions. They were half a
Yeah,
ETH.
it was like you had to own all of them to get it. I know they did gift one to Paris Hilton herself, and then I believe there was one person, if I'm not mistaken, that also was awarded with it because you had to have all the trips by a certain time frame.
Yep. Yep.
And so
So
like when you're seeing a lot of people, and you don't even probably one of the most, if not one of the most valuable. I haven't even went and looked at it to see
I
the
ain't even
price
looked
of
at
it.
the price.
She's not gonna
I,
even have it listed, probably.
yeah, I don't even think it's
It's
going to ever
even
be
raised
listed
value. Yeah.
because it's what I mean. Once we show you the prices of the other ones today, this one right here, I don't even want to know. But
Yeah.
it's like it's one of one. So again, we talk about the being the ultimate thing. It's a one of one. Um,
That's right.
if there's only one person that received it, I mean, even if there's 10 people in the world, in the whole world that received it, it's money. There's no ifs,
That's
ands, or buts about it. It's just money. I didn't buy. I'm gonna just be honest. I didn't buy all two. Where was they at? I didn't buy all 12 of those to get to qualify. I don't know what tab that was. What it was 12, the 12 of them. We didn't buy like all of those. You were buying all of these at the time. Now, do I regret not buying all of them? Yes, we all have regrets. But if you could go back and be like, man, I wish I
Everybody.
had. Yeah, everybody is saying that now, especially after we show you all what we're going to show you here next. So, but this again, is why I know everybody's in the chat been talking about this. Akira, they are
Akira.
RTFK. They are doing things. If you don't understand, if you don't want to pay attention to anybody we talk about, these people are doing some stuff. Akira, you look at their graphics, you look at how they're putting their stuff together, you look at how they create their jackets. They are definitely creating some awesome, awesome stuff. They're gonna be shoes again. Now, I want to pray for me. They're gonna be shoes again. but just I think for us, like I said, you start looking at these projects that are coming out, and I'll let you talk about a little bit about that because I know I'll get hyped. I got
Oh well,
hyped
yeah,
from
like even going into to like he's saying with the metaverse or people being able to and go inside this different virtual lands. You have Decentraland, CryptoVox, and so many that haven't even built out that even like play platforms that like Facebook are building out. But even if you see with COVID-19, a lot of people are immersing themselves, even if you're right in front of your desk. Once these goggles or phones rid of, or people are using more of the Oculus or whatever brand they're going to use, you can see how immersive things are. And so, just like in the real world, people have a certain status, they want to, have a certain brands.
yeah.
These avatars speak volume, especially we don't know if it's going to be implemented to a game. I'm not sure. I believe it is going to be a game, but I'm not sure how deep it is. They give you little leaks, which keeps you always coming back and having to pay attention to everything they do on Twitter because you might miss something. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yes, just knowing that with avatars and how they're going to be in the future, especially with they have a real player one, and so you're able to go like into Sonoma space. You're going to be able to take these avatars into different system and ecosystem gaming systems that are built out that they may do deals with, and so this is an ownership for you. This is a digital asset that you will own. They're only going to be 20,000. They're already set to come out about at 1 to 3 ETH. And so, for those that invested in space, the space strip, or even some of other items for artifacts, they have ferocious shoes and other things like that. You're entitled to. You have to pay for it, but it's not going to be more than $200 to
Yeah.
go and buy. It each goes up. If each goes up, it may be a little more, but you're entitled to go buy 1 to 3 of those. And if you know they're coming out with a 1 to 3 4 ETH floor, you're winning. So you'll see that these
Yeah.
keep going up specifically for that. You have it, like I said, it's going to be 10
Wow.
years. These have a lifetime that come behind them. You get 3D models with them. So there's a lot of different things that are different layers to it. I've covered some briefly, but there are a lot of different things that you do get the rights to these. You fully outright own them, and so
And
ownership.
we getting some of them bad boys. I can't even hold it in no longer. We're getting some because we own some of the stuff, so we get to burn some of them bad boys.
We're going to use them.
Y'all don't even understand. So I know y'all. I know my new people because I know we're trying to help the new people get started too. But I know it's a little bit more advanced because it's crypto stuff. But I'm telling you, I cannot wait to get mine because as we show you, we're gonna keep going because we've bought some things, some items. So I know we're gonna be entitled to buy some of these things. But again, this is the ferocious, the drips that they created. Literally, again, when you're talking about some of these items, that you were able to go on and buy, again, we've talked about this a couple times. These were $3,000 when they dropped out on Nifty Gateway. These were $1,500 when they dropped out on Nifty Gateway. But the floor right now, I'm on OpenSea, and I know I'm excited, so I got to slow down. I got to slow down. I got to slow down. So
Like the
today's
drop.
yeah, today's price of all these bad boys is 9.5 ETH, and I still think that they're going to be going up even higher. So nine and a half ETH. Let me just see if I can get OpenSea to cooperate today. Uh, $33,000.
Just like that. And then got offers right now at 26,000. Could
It's
walk
crazy.
home right now, let it go. And where you want to
So
go?
see you later. But that's the thing as far as, again, you look at as far as being in the NFT space of how these things entitle you when you invest in the right companies. It's so powerful because not only do you get the shoe, I mean, you get the shoes. Like I got my shoes. I'm gonna open on one day on live. I'm gonna show y'all my shoes
Yes,
because
let us
I
show
think
you the
they came
shoes.
in the mail. I'm gonna show y'all the shoes. But these shoes, are 33,000, and and this entitles you to be able to mint the avatars for the RTFK stuff. It's it's crazy. So I think if I'm hoping that these shoes right here are going to be entitled to you, where I think you get one or three, you're able to mint one or three of the avatars. That's fantastic. I mean, that's crazy good. It's like I don't even understand what else you want us to talk about. But I know I got to slow down because I get excited. But that's just the ferocious one. Again, so if you own, so again, you own that particular because you believe in the company and what they were doing. Same thing for the drips. You start looking at the price of the drips of some people, and for another other group, I had told some people was it about a month ago, month and a half ago, just go or
Mm, yeah.
month ago or 2 months ago.
Last,
I said, hey, listen, Nifty has some of these drips that are on sale right now. They're only like $1,000 or $1,500. They were still back at the floor price. This was like less than 2 months ago. A couple people bought them, and I'm so glad they bought them. But literally, you look at paying $1,500, or even if they paid $2,000, they now have something that's now worth $35,000.
easy.
That quick, that quick. It does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So again, that's just a couple of the items. Again, as far as when we're talking about this particular company because of who they are. But when I show you this next one, now I'm gonna tell y'all, this is one I think we've had a conversation about. Jess, y'all have to pray for me again because I know I have bought these shoes. I bought these shoes. I have 5 orders in my wallet. It came out of my account, and then all the charges were reversed on me. I was like,
Yeah,
oh Lord! But I know it's part of the NFT thing. Sometimes it happens to you. Sometimes you're like, okay, you got into the drop. You thought you were in the doggone drop, and you like, no, you really didn't get it. So
yeah.
they reversed your funds. But let me just show you the floor price of where these bad boys went today. I'm gonna just see if it updated because it might have changed since the time when I put this on. Okay, so if I go to the buy now here on this particular thing, just so I can show you all.
The floor.
Okay, so the floor right now on the $500 pair of shoes, a little earlier was at 17 and a half, $42,000. So do you think I'm like, Lord have mercy? I had 5 pair of these
Yeah.
shoes, and
I
I
only
would have
had
been
three.
able to the other things, 3 of those. it's it doesn't make any sense.
And then that's not
It,
even the second pigeon we tried to get that was $1, and how
oh
much
yeah,
wealth that pigeon has
yeah,
made for people. Like,
yeah.
Artifact is doing so many things, and that pigeon is
Wasn't this a dollar? One of them was a dollar. I don't know if this was a
a
dollar
dollar.
one or if this was a one of them was a dollar. It was like a thing you could buy for. It was like really like wow, $49,000. This is like again not stuff that not a year, not being invested for a year. It's not even a year. It's like less than some months.
Yes.
Again, I showed you in March, those ones that were invested in March when we started like, hey, these people are really doing some things. Well, we need to pay attention. Pay attention. So when
And
you
look
see
at the
them,
current offers.
yep. When you're ever on and you see, let me just get a bigger screen for you all. Let me show a the bigger screen. When you see this RTFKT anywhere, when you see that purple logo like that, when you see that, you like, okay, do some research. I'm not telling anybody to invest. I am not your financial advisor, but I will be telling you that we will be investing in it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And to
somebody said
break
I
that
think it was
down.
just $49. It was $49. I'm sorry, it was $49. Okay, that was
Oh,
$49.
they keep wanting you to say artifact right.
Oh, and that's it. I'm so hyped
Yeah,
right now.
they
You know,
break it down the
I'm
abbreviation, but
sorry.
yeah, they like. I'm like, make sure we say artifact.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I've been seeing it.
Just say money. Don't even say just say
We're
money.
gonna make sure right. Yeah, money. they
Just say
right.
money. But again, so again, like I said, this is some of the things Even again, the bonus items that we received from this particular company. I mean, this was a because again, like they're on the ferocious shoes. You own the drip, you got like a bonus item. So you got a bonus item for owning those particular item from this fantastic company, and now your bonus item is now worth 9 ETH, which is still a $32,000. It doesn't make any sense. So do you? You're one of those people. You're like, well, should I sell that? No, I ain't selling that. You be like, yeah, you can. I'm not telling you not to sell. I know everybody gonna inbox me, but like, you're not gonna sell. No, I'm not. But I know that there's bigger things that this will probably entitle to me. I'll get entitled to more things by owning this and getting some more airdrops that'll be valuable, just like these. So that
Okay.
was that was crazy, crazy, crazy. So again, I know all of our things. This was one of the things that just, and I know I'm talking a lot. This
Oh no.
was a funny. This was funny to me, but it was funny. But it was like you forgot. So the 888. I know there's somebody big in crypto, so don't get me wrong. I know, but this is what they tweeted out on August 30th. Thanks for this tweet. I just checked my wallet and I have over 30 space drips that I totally forgot about with the floor of 6 ETH. I tried to do the math and I was
Yeah,
like,
I was scouting for
30 of them? I said, did they say 30? And I said, read this for me. Just like it say 30. So we did a we did a doggone calculation. So let me just show y'all people what 30. Okay, so we're gonna just go. I told you I brought Ethereum up because I had to really look at this today. I said, okay, so they did it for 30. They had they had 30 of them. What was the thing? It said 30. They had 30 of them at 6 ETH, but the floor is not 6 ETH no more. The floor is more like 10 ETH. So I was like, okay, if they got 30, so that means they had 300 of them.
13.
I said, they forgot about $1 million. I said, whoa. And the crazy thing is that it's more than $1 million because if they open up some of the space drips and they find out that they have some of the ones that are going for 20 ETH now, they might that calculation could very easily be $3 million. I just was like in awe. I was like, they forgot.
Yes, that's right. And like even when she's saying following the 888 and working with Artifact, and there's so many things that are going on. When we talk about ferocious and the 888 world that they have, that's a whole nother conversation. I don't even want to start about it. But
Yep,
if you see who's working with who and who's
yep,
doing what with who, pay attention to that. Like you're saying, 888 is really good, amazing. And so for them, they've probably been investing in crypto for so long that it was
yeah.
easy for them to forget about 30 space trips because starting back in what you got them in March, and so
March
they're
in March.
probably far down on the
Yeah,
list of
yeah.
NFTs that they have. So just pay
Yeah.
attention to who is working with who and who's what moves they're making.
So we're giving you guys some people's names on Twitter that like, hey, you see, we're talking about these people. They're doing some things in the NFT space. If you're gonna go to Twitter, might be somebody you want to follow. Just saying. Just giving you hints. So again, so this is the space strips that same things he forgot about these ones. You see the floor is 9.5 ETH. So I didn't make it up by doing it at 10. Okay, so yeah, just so you can see that. So that's
Hmm.
what he
And
kind of
some
forgot
of
about.
them, the other setup actually had a 13 East floor.
Oh, the just the RTO. Okay, so just the regular ones, what they right there. So these right here. Oh yeah. So here we go.
I like them.
So we'll just
Look
go to
at
buy now.
them.
But
Hi, friends.
so I might have undercalculated his portfolio a little bit again because over here, if he just opened them up, the floor is instantly at 13. Fantastic. But that's the thing as far as a lot of you guys sometimes will think about, well, hey, I'm investing in these stocks or I'm invest, and I'm not saying this wrong. I invest in some of that stuff too, but I don't know if you're gonna ever get some returns like some of these returns on how these things are going over here in the NFT space. But again, it is a very risky part of it. If you're not doing your research and understanding what you're investing in, these things can go to zero just as fast as they can go up. They can go down also. So don't think that everything is rosy on this side. So don't want to portray that, hey, everything is just so great. No, there's some things that aren't as great as you would like them to be. But this I keep telling you, RTFKT, y'all better look at it. Whenever you see something, whenever they tweet, pay attention to what they tweet and join their Discord. Start following what they're doing. That's how you get the tips of what's happening next.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yes, and to add it, like she's saying, it's really important to invest in the companies that have the money, the resources to stay, hang out, and be long term. So Artifact, I definitely believe that is NFT or a platform that will not be going anywhere, a company. So,
Mm-hmm.
like she's saying, anything you invest in can always go to zero. But if you're paying attention to what they are building out and what they are doing and how crypto is making moves, especially when you have Visas and Mastercards and Google and legit companies now merging their
Yeah.
stuff with this space. It's getting more legit, and so you'll have even in the United States more people getting involved, but maybe regulating it because some things it is easy to get caught up in, or maybe somebody didn't do exactly what they said, and so you did lose money. So pay attention to those platforms or those companies that are actually building out and have integrity and looking out for their community.
Yep. Very good point. So this the one. Now I'm gonna tell everybody. I didn't win this. This is not my name on here. I do have my board ape. I didn't win this particular thing, but I'm gonna tell you right here. This is the same to everybody we talking about. You see the name right here. So this is another symbol for you to go follow on Twitter. So they gave out these sneakers, one of one for solving the puzzle. I didn't win, but I know whoever won this is a happy person because this is easily a six-figure win. I mean, probably more like a seven-figure to have the one of one sneaker. I mean, I know it's a good six-figure. I'm not even gonna blink and say it's not because I know some
The
people
board
who
ape
are.
attached to it.
Yeah, it's connected to Board Apes too. It's a no-brainer. It's connected to RTFKT Studios. It's a no-brainer. They won it for solving the puzzle. Okay, it's again. These are again things as far as being in the community. If you're investing in these projects, make sure you're in their community. There's opportunity to win things like this. This is a game changer. Um, it's great. It's great. But I think we're gonna be able to mint some shoes though at some point. I can't wait to get those shoes too. So at some point hopefully that's gonna be coming up. Okay, so that's that. Just wanted to share that with you. Just I'll let you go on this one.
Oh yes, no. So you see Vogue Business and stuff doing articles on some of the jackets and stuff. They're working on so
I'm
many
sorry,
things.
Jessica,
Even
but what's that? Is that the same name people we talking about right now, right there on the
yeah,
jacket?
artifact. Yes.
Okay. Just thought I should mention that again.
And so yeah, because they got fashion. There's so many things that they're working with, and companies that they are taking their time to probably work behind the scenes with that you may not know about. So, but when you see places like luxury brands putting articles in about them, they have so many things with the Snapchat and the filters and other things that they're building out. Glasses I've seen online, but I can't even remember what they called them. So they are building out so that when you use their glasses, you're going to be able to use any of the virtual, fashion that they do design in the metaverse. It'll show and appear. So when you're seeing Vogue doing articles and RFTK or Artifact doing um, um, let's see, deals with certain people or certain people are reporting on them, it's really valuable information. So, because a lot of luxuries have been getting into the NFT space, and just knowing, no matter how you look at it, it is a digital asset for ownership. And so, even when they are doing their assets with a jacket, it's just backed by the NFT. That way, they can verify it, validate it, and know that it specifically owns to you. So, with NFTs and how businesses are designers are getting involved with the industry, pay attention. See who's putting out articles about what. And they're not just doing it for the fun of it. They've done their research as well. And just pay attention, especially to artifacts.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Next thing. Oh, so this is again. I guess we're tying back into even as far as the connection of some of the artists who created the drips and so forth. The This was another connection as far as one of the artists. Some of the artwork that they're currently doing that's now available on OpenSea with Mike Tyson. So there's a lot of things still coming out that are very good. Again, it connects to if you have that specific drip, it might entitle you to some artwork from that particular artist down the line. So don't sleep on these things. These things came out, and I'll show you. We'll show you all the prices of where these are currently at on the OpenSea market, and they're not cheap. The floor right now
Yeah.
is six. The floor is 5.99. So I can't remember what the price of these came out at when they
And
first
even
came
like
out.
as you said, you circle it back around to Corey is part of the artifact space strip, and so you see the value of his art over here selling, and even just owning his drip and being entitled to the shoes that he will create, the value that will be in those, and so You can come over back to the space trips. You can see which artists that you're interested in. You can go to their Twitter. They keep everything. I'm telling you, most artists in the space, if they're doing NFTs, they have a Twitter page, and you can go and see the work that they're doing. A lot of them have foundation apps that they sell on, or different apps that they do choose to sell on. But if you see the value of you have his space strip and knowing that his current art is selling at 21,000, and then you own his drip, it's just a lot that the drip is creating wealth with you, and then the artists that are associated with the drip is also very valuable for you.
Trying to see
Could be
what
very
his drip, what Corey's drip is going for. Corey's cheapest drip. I'm looking for his name. Do you see? Are there any Corey's up for
valuable.
sale?
He was up there earlier, not for a buy
Whoa,
now anymore. Can you go to
Corey is
activity?
gone.
He's gone. He's out of there. And some people are not listening because they do not plan on selling these, and so the less
Hmm.
that are on the market, the more valuable that the other ones will be. So if just depending, that's why you say go look up the artists that you're interested in because they're all doing great work. It's not also just about the money that you're going to make from the drip. It's also about supporting the artists in the industry because we all know art is in like the eye of the beholder. Whoever has that art, and so that can be valued at different price points for different people. But being that these are tied to NFTs as well, it's definitely creating a higher price point for them because
Yeah,
even with these artists, they know it's safe to have their art or be displaying their art or offering their art because it is backed by NFT. It can be verified. You can say somebody stole it from you because you have proof of it and it's recorded to the blockchain. So pay attention to some of the artists that are out. Go to their Twitter page, give them some support. There'll be other apps that they're selling on if you cannot get them because it may be too high here. And just watch that the value of maybe those other items you can pick up somewhere cheaper may also still continue to go up with that artist's work. If you can't play catch up right now on this, so just go
yeah,
to Twitter. If you want to follow Corey, follow him and see what he has coming out in the
yeah.
future.
Because again, like I said, in some of these, like I said, 8 hours ago, there's not a lot of people that are selling them anymore. They're like 8 hours ago, this was sold for 9.5, 9.99 ETH.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
said
not
diamond
nobody. I
hands.
don't see
That's
nobody
right.
giving them away no more.
Hmm.
They definitely not giving them away anymore. So you just
Yeah.
have to, again, like I said, some of these things are not there. I mean, you might have missed some of these things. Okay, you missed them. Just so the reason why we talk about these things is just so you can now say to start looking out for some things that new drops. So to expect to see the potential of where things can go for you. That's the whole thing of why we're talking about what we're talking about. I'm trying to see if there's even at Corey that somebody must have taken it down or it either got sold or it's
If
already
somebody
gone.
got smart enough, look, what happen is the price will get so close to yours that you be like, hold on, wait, hold on,
We're
we're gonna
we're
do
telling
it
you this from
for
experience.
real.
We're telling you from experience. We was
You
like,
be off
I was like,
there.
maybe I should sell one of my ferocious drips. And I was like, well, I put it up for sale, and I was like, whoa, they getting too close. Pull that bad boy down. I
Yeah,
was like, I
you
can't do it,
Yeah, you even
and
get
I'm
a
so
two or
glad.
three. You'd be like, well, which artist do you want to give in? And you don't want to give away any of the artists. Like even for me, I have some of the younger artists like the Janus or Arneo. They are younger artists, but they're still doing a lot of great work right now. And so for me, I feel with my drips, I can grow with them. They're going to be putting out work for some time. So it is important to know who you do have, but definitely everybody on here is doing some great work. So
Hmm.
like you said, maybe too late for this, but they definitely do their own sellings on OpenSea. They may have their own accounts, and you can pick up some of their art for like $400, $500, $800, and be
Hmm.
able to resell it higher just because who it was created by.
Yep, only 25 available. That's crazy, but that's what out of 348, 25 is only up for sale. This used to be full. People used to sell them for two e three. Now it's like whoa, it's a craziness.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, let's keep moving. So we talked about that. Okay, so that was his thing. Okay, just a couple other recaps, and we'll respect out of respect for your time, we will be getting ready to get off of here. The some of you guys, I know how many of you all started buying some VVs. I think we asked that question. If you got some VVs today, I know some of y'all got some VVs because some of you all have been reaching out to me. And again, VV had 30,000 comics today. It was a whole 30. If it was 30 seconds,
Yes,
if it was 30
goodness,
seconds,
man.
it sold out.
You got one.
You got one, but you got a good one though, so
I
you
did
can't.
get a secret rare. I mean, I was very happy about that. I was very happy about it. And then when I was in there, I realized I had an ultra rare because they won't put them in there immediately, and so you just forget about it. they'll sometimes say one penny. But yeah, it's been some good drops going over in VV. Taking
Yeah,
a chance on 6.99,
Six
it makes
dollars
sense.
and
Even a rare collectible
$11.
item, the first of its kind, no
So
brainer.
yeah. So just giving you guys a heads up that if 30,000 sold out in like I literally was like click. I was like, okay, can I click one more time? I was like, why is it saying error? I'm like, what? What's the problem? It's already over. I was like, it's like really over, and it was like really, really over that quick. So again, you if you're new to the NFT space, welcome to the NFT space. You
That's
are not
right.
going to get every drop. I promise you, you're never
That's
going to get every drop. It's never going to happen because it's a matter of like you come in, you think you're gonna get it, you're like excited, you're like super, super excited because you're ready, you got your money ready, you
super,
got your
super,
gym,
super
you
excited.
got everything ready. And it was
Yeah.
like gone in 30 seconds, if that. Yeah. Some of y'all, yeah. It's but again, it's worth the risk. Like I said, if you have the time to go ahead and try to get some of these, I think these will end up being valuable. Especially again, it's an early thing for the VV for VV. It's very early for what they're doing, and I think there's some great upside, in what they're doing. So don't get frustrated. Keep trying. If not, even as far as going to the open market, you may have to go to the open market to try to get a couple of these items after the fact. So it means you're gonna pay double and sometimes maybe even triple. Like the ultra rare stuff, they like 1,000, 5,000. You're gonna have to make a decision on those. I'm not telling you to go do that, but again, keep trying to participate in some of these drops. Okay. Oh,
Awesome.
somebody
Somebody got an ultra rare today. That's awesome.
good. Congrats on the ultra rare. Congrats. Very, very good. That's good stuff. Okay. If Blancos, yeah, we talked about
It's
that.
over. We gonna respect y'all time. She gonna
Yeah,
she still
we
couldn't
ain't
get
got no,
Burberry or
I
the
never got
last
no.
one that just came out. It was yeah. But you
I
still
haven't
can
got
pick them
that.
up on the secondary floor, so she's in the
I know.
marketplace right here.
I know. Yeah, this is marketplace. So nobody has still got weak enough to sell their Blancos yet on the Burberry one. So I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. Y'all gonna keep hearing me say that until I bite the bullet, and it's not gonna be today.
Just
I'm
go
like,
on and buy
nah,
it.
I'm gonna just wait a little bit longer. But at that point, it's gonna be double the price again. So it's part of being a part of the crypto space. You got to either bite the bullet and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and buy that and do what I need to do." But again, these things I think I said if you can continue to try to participate in some of the drops that they're having over here, I think that's going to be beneficial. Especially like if you're coming in, you're able to buy some of these. At the if they're sometimes they're $10, sometimes they're $50, sometimes they're $250. It really depends on how many they have available. I didn't honestly think, but real with the 5,000, I was like, okay, 5,000 at 49, they might
You
stay
got some
on a little bit
time.
longer. It didn't happen.
Nope. If you make one mistake in your address, I said no longer available. Just and didn't take my state right. No, it's just that quick.
That quick. Yeah, you make that one mistake, it's over on that part. It is over, over, over. So okay, alrighty. Well, I just out of respect of your time, just remember, please, feel free to if you have any friends or family, that are still looking to join us. What's NFTs.com is our site. What's NFTs.com or Sisters Talking NFTs. You can look us up that way. This is our Facebook. So we do try to post some information here, for you all to just say, hey, you know what, this is what's happening. We actually I had time this morning. I even posted about oh, there it is. I posted this morning. Hey, in 25 minutes, uh, it's dropping. VV is dropping in 25 minutes. Then I posted again. Well, 30K sold out in less than 30 seconds. So just to give you an idea, these things are selling out, selling out fairly fast. But again, if they're selling out fast, that means people are investing. So don't take it that. And I don't know if it's bots or not, but I ain't gonna be mad at the bots. If it's bots that's buying it, whatever. If I can keep trying to get in, I think they're definitely trying to do things as far as making sure bots aren't able to come in and take advantage of the system so that everybody has a fair chance. So it's part of being involved with the NFT space. But saying that, and then also remember to follow us over on our YouTube channel. We're still just getting started on the YouTube channel, but we will continue to start putting videos over there, stuff that will help you all as far, especially if you're new and getting started with things. We'll continue to put new videos on there or for days, especially when we're not on, just so you guys can have some help as far as hey, get involved, start buying these things, start researching these things. Those things will definitely be valuable for you. But that's all we got for you all tonight. Hopefully, you
Yes.
got some value out of what we went over tonight. Remember, I can't wait to start minting my stuff when the avatars start coming out. Oh, it's going it's gonna be a
Gonna be
beautiful day.
good.
Because you know what? Only thing I would say, let me say last thing. I know I said we're gonna be done because I know with the when we were looking at the tweet that came out, someone was talking about the auction. What was the auction thing for those for minting those, Jessica? The
The
for
one
when
to
they
three
start
the Dutch auction.
the Dutch auction. That's what I couldn't remember. Yeah, so you can talk. You want to talk about that real quick?
Oh
The
yeah,
Dutch auction.
so they're releasing 10,000 that give some owners of the mints that already have like the drips, but there's gonna be another 10,000 that will be released in a Dutch auction, and those will come out with a minimum floor of 1 to 3 ETH, which means all of you that already have invested in the space strip that get to mint 1 to 3. Basically, you're coming in with an item that's valuable of 1 to 3 ETH. You don't have to. People
Mhm.
can go lower. I pray they don't. I hope they know better than doing that with that item. So,
That
but
item.
that's already you're going to go mint some for less than $200. And how they have the Dutch auction because these are very valuable items and what it does come with 3D and molding and things like that. Or it's I'm sorry, I lost my whole train of thought because it is a Dutch auction. They can do that 1 to 3 ETH now, and so you'll come out with paying $600 and have something worth as high as 9,000, $10,000 just that day. So
Yeah. So it's gonna be beautiful.
yes, it really
So
is.
for those who, like someone said, don't set your pigeons. Yeah, if you own them shoes, you better hold on to. Well, I can't
Yes.
tell you what with your money. I'm just saying, dude. So I can't tell nobody because I know some people who own those shoes. I know some people. I know some people who own them doggone pigeon shoes who didn't realize they bought the pigeon shoes. Did not
Mm-hmm.
realize they own the pigeon shoes. But I'm happy that they own the pigeon shoes because it's a great day. If many of us are winning, it makes it very, very, very great. So again, remember on Tuesdays, we're on at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then on Tuesday and Thursday nights, we're also on at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So, once again, thank you all so much for participating. Thank you all for even on the Facebook group and some of the other chats that have been inputting and talking to us as we're going. We appreciate that. So, again, remember to always keep trying to add questions as we're going through. We'd like to we if we can get to all of your questions, we definitely will. If we can't, we're going to try to continue just to give you valuable information. So again, once again, thank you all again for hopping on with with us this evening, and we will see you all on the next call. You guys have a
Have a
great
good
one.